Thanks, Freak. Another pretty dramatic and pretty back and forth win there by Coast. I want to look at what it was that they were trying to achieve with their team comp there, because it seemed a little disjointed. Having Alistair,
you want to look at that, huh?
I want to take a look at the Vayne pick with all of that, because it was an odd choice that required them basically to scale to the point that Vayne could roll through the team with a GA. So, any thoughts on that? Why they went for that specifically?
My biggest question mark is that Kog'Maw was available here, and Kog'Maw's just such a strong AD carry right now. I mean, I guess you chalk it up to this is Mash's favorite AD carry is Vayne, and he just wanted to, go with the comfort pick.
Okay, so when you pick Nunu, the Nunu composition is to protect your AD, zone, and let champions with long range get all their DPS in. Kog'Maw, Twitch, and Tristana all fall under that category. Vayne, not so much. So it felt like they wanted a Yasuo comp with the Alistair, which finally they let through. And then they were like, wait, let's take Nunu because it's like OP. And then they're like, wait, we want to take Vayne because we think that's OP too. And it's like, well, how do we win now? How do they win? Well, you just take 2 free Barons, it looks like, and win a couple team fights.
Well, we've had the same story of the team that's behind working through the blind spot in the vision coverage of the team that's ahead today and getting these Barons to come back. It seems to be a reoccurring theme.
Now, another thing that you had mentioned in the previous segment, Kubz, is the idea that they need to ban out either the Nidalee or the Zed. They decided to go with the Nidalee this time. Zed was left up, and Law decided not to go for it. So what's the thinking behind going with Ori in that wave clear as opposed to sticking to an assassin that worked?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think the thought process is, let's change it up, keep them off beat. But to me, a player like Golden Glue, a player like Laud, yes, they can play Orianna, but they're not utility players. They are players who need to play assassins to be effective. And I think it shows when Laud is on an assassin, he is far more effective. It's not that his Orianna is bad by any means. It's just on assassins, he's probably 100 times better. And so, especially in this game coming up, I think he has to go back to it if it's open.
All right, Kobe, you had mentioned just before that question the Baron, sneaking Barons through vision, things like that. So we're actually going to pull up a replay here from 39 minutes. Baron fight followed immediately by a 3-0 team fight. So if you could just walk us through this one.
All right. Well, let's roll the clip then and see what unfolds. As you can see, no vision there for Team LoL Pro. Oh, this is the one, actually. So Kha'Zix with 0 mana. Even if he got a 1v1 with Yasuo right there, he would lose that 1v1. That was 100% suicide mission right there. Might have been a misclick. And then this is, they got the Baron, and it's easy for Vayne to clean this up. Vayne is very good at running people down, especially when she does have the Blood Boil of Nunu. So
and she's got the passive on top of the Blood Boil.
Yeah,
it's insane movement.
If you dangle that advantage out in front of them, the team with the Vayne is gonna jump on it very quickly.
I feel like Heaven Time was like, guys, watch this. Just kidding. I have no mana. So that's unfortunate, but it happens.
Well, so now we find ourselves in a 2-1 situation. Kubz, you actually found yourself in this very same situation back when you guys were running through this tournament. When you're down 2-1 in a best-of-5 series and you know you need to pick up the next 2 games, what's that like? What are you, especially as a coach or as a mentor, what are you telling your team that they need to think about going into these next 2 matches?
Gotta give them a lot of whipped cream, Dash, a lot of whipped cream. But, it's 2-1. You have nothing to lose. The pressure is not on the team down. The pressure's on the team who has 2 wins because they're only a game away. So if you're LoL Pro, I think you stick to your game plan. You get Laud on an assassin in this game. You give him the 1v1 against Golden, and you just continue to play a game. Please ward Baron. That's basically what they have to do as well. Whichever team wards the Baron, I think, will win. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but LoL Pro just needs to stay positive and remember, 1 game at a time.
I gotta say, for LoL Pro, Hauntzer is doing great. Hauntzer is time and again outperforming in that top lane, and if they get him on another champion that can carry, if he's ahead, then it will definitely work out for them.
All right, well, we'll see if they come back into this 4th game with that mentality of nothing to lose. We do have to take another short break, and when we return, it's Game 4 between Team LoL Pro and Team Coast. With one more win, Coast will clinch a trip to the Spring Promotion Tournament. See if they make it right after this.
Rux nearly goes down, but there's the two-man Yasuo ult. But Toy forced to run exhaust on signature mash. Down goes Heaven Time, 5v4. Coast gonna go
Oh
in.
my God!
Three-man Shockwave, double kill though for Mash. 1-for-0, now a 1-for-1 as Mash is destroying people. Heaven Time does go down, but Rise is also dealing plenty